G'day everyone, welcome back to my FIFA 21 Arsenal career mode. This is episode 4 of season 2 I believe, and in this one we're going to get through the month of October. You see we have quite a few games in this one, 6 games in the month of October and in a few different competitions as well, and it looks like there's going to be a few tough ones in that as well with the likes of Manchester City and Tottenham and Everton. And yeah, just checking out the table before we get into this, you see we're on top by a point. So it's very important we stay ahead and get wins out of all these matches. I don't think we've actually lost a game since the Community Shield against Liverpool, but anyway, getting in the first Premier League game against Newcastle here, and they're on the attack early with Hughes, I think, who's came over from Watford, and Leno's made a great save there against Wilson. Leno, been one of the unsung heroes. I don't show too many highlights of him just because obviously goals are more exciting and that sort of thing. And speaking of goals, they've gotten through again, and Leno can't do anything about that one. A great passage of play there from Newcastle, and they've been really on top so far in this first half. As we look to respond now with Thomas Partey, who gets it over to Aubameyang, and our captain plays it back to Partey, who plays it to Auer, and he's actually onside and he's finished it. I don't know how he was onside there. It looked offside to me, but I'm definitely not going to complain about that. As Torreira's bombing forward now in the second half, plays it to Saka, and Saka's got all day to wind up, but he's dumped it straight into Dubravka. He chips it over, but the Newcastle centre-back heads it clear for now. As Guendouzi's came on, Saka gets by his man, goes again, and it's off the post. Saka, very unlucky there. He's had 2 opportunities now, and he hasn't been able to complete it. As Newcastle are looking for a late winner, and Leno comes up with a miraculous save. Definitely a great game by Leno. But Newcastle in stoppage time now, probably the last chance of the game. Guendouzi gets a tackle though, and can we counter? Is the ref going to call it? Auer finds Martinelli. He's been allowed to play on, and he's got speed to burn. He goes all the way, he shoots on his left, and he scored! A late winner for Gabriel Martinelli. Man, the Newcastle players and fans would be fuming that the ref didn't call full time there. But a great finish from Martinelli, the super sub. Came on for Aubameyang, the captain, and has made his presence known, and I love this guy. He's definitely going to be our future striker, as we've got a big game now up against our rivals Tottenham. You see their predicted lineup. Looks like they've brought in Sergio Ramos, I think that is, who's got the captaincy as well. So Ramos and Umtiti in the back line, so they've definitely beefed up that area. An ex-Real Madrid and ex-Barcelona player now playing together. But we're on the attack here, near the end of the first half. Not much has happened. We get to Aubameyang, who plays a back heel to Thomas Partey, and Partey goes near post and dumps it past Hugo Lloris. Couldn't do anything about that shot, and Thomas Partey, I mean, what more can I say about him? He's just been brilliant, especially on the offensive end, where I wasn't expecting him to do as much. But Tottenham now in the second half looking to counter, and they get to Lo Celso. It's off the post, it falls to Son, and he puts it home in the empty net. Stayed onside. I thought maybe we'd get lucky and he was offside, but no. Heung-min Son, actually one of my favourite players, even though he does play for Tottenham, gets the equaliser. But Auer plays it to Aubameyang, and Aubameyang scores, but no. He's offside. Couldn't get back in line in time. I thought maybe he got back in time, but he hasn't. And it's still 1-0 with Tottenham looking for a winner. Dele Alli, and he scores. He puts them in front with just over 5 minutes to play. Away at the Emirates, they've put in a performance. As we look to get a late equaliser now with Aubameyang, who's going to cut back on his right. Play it to Auer, who dinks it back to Aubameyang. He gets the ricochet and he puts it in. With 1 minute to go, we've come away with a late equaliser there. We're going to grab ourselves a point, which I can't be too mad about considering where we were in the game just before. But you see that Spurs only had 3 shots and scored twice, so they were very clinical. But we're still in good form, still haven't lost, and we've got our Champions League game against Leipzig now. I think that's Tammy Abraham up front, the ex-Chelsea man, and we've got Upamecano against his former team here, although I don't think he's playing this game actually. I think I left him out. But anyway, it's Mendy now. Leipzig have already had an opportunity, which they couldn't convert, but they go again, and Lima shoots, and it's another great save by Leno. We have a corner now, and it falls to Gabriel, but he headers it straight into the turf, and it bounces over the top of the crossbar. As we get to Tierney, to Guendouzi, he plays it through to Saka, and Saka's got speed and time, and 1-on-1, and he makes no mistake. Saka finally scoring. Seems like he's had a bit of a Rough start to the season so far. He's been getting quite a few chances, just hasn't been putting them away. And maybe I should bring in maybe a better left winger and just use Saka as a super sub and one for the future. But I'm sticking with him at the moment as Leipzig look to get the equaliser. And they do right on half time. I mean, it's 3 minutes into stoppage time when there's only supposed to be 1 minute, so I'm not too happy about that. But we steal it here with Pepe, and Pepe's just got speed to get by everyone and sums it up on his left foot and just finesses it in. A great finish by Pepe. No one can catch him when he's got a full head of speed like that. As we get to Martinelli now, and he sees the run of Saka, and Saka has all day. Takes him a little while to get the ball under control, but he takes his time and goes across the keeper for his second of the game. So a great game for Saka there. Coming into form now, which is great to see, especially in the Champions League. Definitely want to go far into this competition as well as the Premier League. As we get to Pepe again, who's just got speed for days. Will he get tackled? No, and he just finishes it the same way he did the first one. As we wrap the game up there, 4-1. You see there, we're a very counter-attacking team. We don't have much possession at all. As you see the other results there, Napoli over Rangers, who are in our group. As we're getting into our next game here, we've got Everton, Man City, and then Birmingham. And Everton's going to be in the Premier League. Let's see, any odd players? They've got Azpilicueta from Chelsea, who's playing right back. And they've got, I don't know how to pronounce his name there, but their left back, I don't think it's actually plays left back in real life. I think he's a midfielder. So hopefully we can take advantage of that as Azpi gets a beautiful block in there, and then they block a Aubameyang shot as well. And that's all that happened in the first half as we skip ahead now to the second half. On the counter, as usual, we get to Pepe, and Pepe's just going to try to run past his man, and he does. Gets tripped up, but he gets the advantage as he keeps going. Crosses it into Aubameyang, and Aubameyang on his left foot tries something spectacular. A great volley, but Pickford with an absolutely brilliant save. The old T-Rex arms comes up clutch there as Auer now finds Pepe. And Pepe tries to curl one around the keeper, and he does. Pepe with a great finish. And all of a sudden our wingers have been putting in goals everywhere. But Everton with a great cross that comes to Decore. But Leno with a brilliant save. Both keepers have had a highlight or two in this game. As Everton have another chance, and it's another great save from Leno. Right at the 90th minute, basically won us the 3 points there with that save. A very even game there as you see the stats. Again, we don't have as much possession as the opposition, but we were more clinical in a classic 1-0 to the Arsenal, and I'll take that. As we get into the EFL Cup game now, not really too worried about winning this competition, but silverware's silverware, and Manchester City absolutely carve us up there. There's Toni Kroos, who's came over from Real Madrid, manages to put one in the back of the net really early on. As we get it through to Joe Willock now. Waits for the run of Nketiah. He plays it across to Martinelli, and Martinelli curls one in, playing out on the left wing in this second team I've built here. This second rotate squad, just so our first team can have a rest and not get fatigued. But Martinelli is a great player. And Willock gives it to Guendouzi, who cuts it back to Nketiah, and Nketiah just whips one in. And all of a sudden we take the lead. Goals galore early on here in this first half. But it's good to see Nketiah getting on the score sheet, as I'm not sure if he's going to make the cut in the future, but I think he's a good squad player. As we find him again here, and he's got time to weigh up his options, and he scores another one, and all of a sudden it's 3-1. Just over half an hour in, and Nketiah has scored a brace already, and this is worrying for Manchester City, as they're using a very strong team and we're just using our second team. But Bernardo plays a beautiful ball down there to De Bruyne, and they've basically walked it in the back of the net again as they get one going into half time, and they're looking for the equaliser now as Bernardo up against Cedric gets by him, plays it inside to Jamie Vardy, that is, but they get it to De Bruyne. And De Bruyne scores again, basically the best player in the Premier League, I'd say. But we look to take the lead again with El Neni. Waits for the runners. We get it to Joe Willock, and Joe Willock scored another one. Joe Willock, a great youngster. He's been very good so far in this series. And all of a sudden we're up 4-3. We get it to Eddie. Waits for the run, and it's Guendouzi to put the game away. He does. Gets it by Edison, and all of a sudden it's 5-3, and we've somehow beaten Manchester City and their strong team with a great performance. All the youngsters played well. Joe Willock and Kedia, Martinelli. Don't know who else was in there. Guendouzi. But yeah, getting into our last game of the episode now. It's going to be up against Birmingham. Still looking to keep our undefeated streak alive. And Birmingham hopefully shouldn't be a problem as we get it to Pepe early on here. He tries to curl one, but he didn't connect with it all well. Straight at the keeper. As Birmingham look to take the lead now. They're in the box. Got to make sure not to give away a silly penalty here. He plays it across, but Bellerin, I think that was with a very desperate clearance, and he does well to save the day there. As Gabriel now plays it ahead to Pepe, and Pepe, you know he's going to get there, and you know he's got speed. He's just going to go all the way, pushing it in front, tries to find Aubameyang, and he does. And it's a great finish and a great cross from Pepe there. Brilliant counter-attack from the Gunners again as we go up 1-0 20 minutes into this one. As Thomas Partey now looking to extend the lead, finds Auer to Aubameyang. Aubameyang should score, but it's a great save by the Birmingham keeper, Etheridge I think his name was there. As they look to equalise here, and they do, just before half-time as well. Hogan, first time. Leno couldn't do anything about that. Will we get one more chance before the end of the half? It looks like we will. We get it out wide to Saka. And Saka's going to cut in. Finds Aubameyang. And Aubameyang should score, but it gets blocked by the defender. Oh, and we thump it in again. But no, it was Saka who gets blocked again. I don't know how he didn't score there. As we get into the second half now. And it's Pepe to Aubameyang. Wide open goal. But what has happened there? He's let it run across his body. And he couldn't finish it. As we have a corner now, and it's Gabriel who tries to get up. Thomas Partey goes for the spectacular. But still somehow we cannot get the ball across the line and into the back of the net. Birmingham are desperately defending and they've stayed strong. Auer to Aubameyang. To Partey, back to Auer. We're playing around with it. We get to Aubameyang, and this time, surely. No, he cuts back. He doesn't shoot. Thomas Partey shoots, but it's saved again. And Birmingham have gotten away with one there, and it's just about the end of the game now, and they're looking to steal one. They play it through, and they get it near post. They sneak it by Leno, and the diving challenge from Upamecano, and they've somehow won this game with a late goal. You see the stats there, absolutely unreal. We had 17 shots to their 2, and we lose 2-1. I do not know how that's happened, but a very disappointing end to the episode there. Still on top of... No, we're not actually on top of the league. We're second in the league, but still equal on points. But yeah, very disappointing end. But that's going to be it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next episode. As you see, we are second in the league, so not all hope is lost. Still a long way to go. Not even halfway through the season yet. And that was our first loss of the season. As next month's going to be another tough month with a couple of Manchester games and a couple of Champions League games. But yeah, that's it for me, guys.